Okay, Assalamu alaikum. So today our topic of discussion is Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. डिटेल समरी. इसकी करेक्टर लिस्ट जो है वो कंप्लीट कर ली थी, जो कि 2 पार्ट्स में है. समरी भी 2 पार्ट्स में होगी. काफ़ी लंबी समरी है. हाफ आज करेंगे, हाफ कल. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. द डिस्टिंग्विश्ड कंट्रीज who lives in Somersetshire with his unmarried sister. Bridget Alworthy arrives home from a trip to London to discover a baby boy in his bed. Alworthy undertakes to uncover the mother and father of his this foundling and finds local woman Jenny Jones and her tutor Mr. Partridge guilty. Alworthy sends Jenny away from country and the poverty-stricken Patrick leaves of his own accord. In spite of criticism of the parish, Alworthy decides to bring up the boy. Soon after, Bridget marries Captain Blifil, a visitor at Alworthy's estate, and gives birth to a son of her own named Blifil. Captain Blifil regards Tom Jones with jealousy since he wishes his son to inherit all of Alworthy's possessions. While meditating on money matters, Captain Blifil falls death of an apoplexy. The narrator skips forward 12 years. Blifil and Tom Jones have been brought up together but receive vastly different treatment from the other members of the household. Alworthy is the only person who shows consistent affections for Tom. The philosopher's care and the revenant welcome the boy's tutors despite Tom and adores Blifil since Tom is wild and Blifil is pious. Tom frequently steals apples and ducks to support the family of Black George, one of Alworthy's servants. Tom tells all of his secrets to Blifil, who then relates these to Twackham or Alworthy, thereby getting Tom into trouble. The people of Parish, hearing of Tom's generosity to Black George, began to speak kindly of Tom while condemning Blifil for his sneakiness. Tom spends much time with Squire Weston, Alworthy's neighbor, since the Squire is impressed by Tom's sportsmanship. Sophia Weston, Squire's daughter, falls deeply in love with Tom. Tom has already bestowed his affection on Molly Seagrim, the poor but feisty daughter of Black George. When Molly becomes pregnant, Tom prevents Alworthy from sending Molly to prison by admitting that he has fathered the child. Tom, at first oblivious to Sophia's charm and beauty, falls deeply in love with her and begins to resent his ties to Molly. Yet he remains with Molly out of Tom's commitment to Molly ends when he discovers that she has been having affairs, which mean Tom is not the father of her child, and frees him to confess his feelings to Sophia. Alworthy falls gravely ill and summons his family and friends to be near him. He reads out his will, which states that Blifil will inherit most of his estate, although Tom is also provided for. Twackham and Squire are each promised only £1,000. Tom experiences great emotions at Alworthy's illness and barely leaves his bedside. A lawyer named Dowling arrives and announces the sudden and unexpected death of Bridget Alworthy. When the doctor announces that Alworthy will not die, Tom rejoices and gets drunk on both joy and alcohol. Blifil calls Tom a bastard and Tom retaliates by hitting him. Tom, after swearing eternal constancy to Sophia, encounters Molly by chance and make love to her. Mrs. Weston, the aunt of Sophia, with whom Sophia spent much of her youth, come to stay at her brother's home. She and Scare fight constantly, but they unite over Mrs. Weston's plan to marry Sophia to Blifil. Mrs. Weston promises not to reveal Sophia's love for Tom as long as Sophia submits to receiving Blifil as a suitor. Blifil thus began his courtship of Sophia and brags so much about his progress that Allworthy believes that Sophia must love Blifil. Sophia a proposal and Scare Weston grows violent with her. Blifil tells Allworthy that Tom is a rascal who cavorted drunkenly about the house, and Allworthy banishes Tom from the country. Tom does not want to leave Sophia but decides that he must follow the honorable path. हाफ समरी आज कर लिए, हाफ समरी जो है वो कल डिस्कस करेंगे क्योंकि लंबी हो जानी थी वीडियो, इसलिए। ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज़।